Hi guys! Now we will be talking about the political issues about the China issues on West Philippine Sea. So later on, I will interview two persons, which is the professional and the student, to ask for their stand about this issue.
Patuloy ang panghihimasok ng China sa ating teritoryo.
Tinatawag nila to 9-dotted or 9-dash line.
This is the Chinese Navy. This is the Chinese Navy. Please go away quickly.
What is at stake here is 80% of our exclusive economic zone.
Halos lahat lang ng bahuran dito sa Pilipinas, gusto na nilang kunin.
Ayun nga, kapitbahay mo, magagalit ka na kukunan ka ng isang bagay sa loob ng bakuran mo na hindi nagpapaalam sa'yo.
Nanindigan ng Malacanang na hindi isusuko ang Baho de Masinloc at Ayungin Shoal.
Hindi rin kami sa papayag na basta-basta lang din nila sa makukuha tong isla na to.
Filipino fishermen were harassed by the Chinese Coast Guard.
Pintukan na kami ng mga baril.
Salubungin ka ng barko, tapos tataboy ka ng ganun.
Talagang tinatakot kami.
Ano sila ng water cannon.
Kinakailangan natin ng kakampi.
We've chosen to take it to the arbitral tribunal.
China is out of step.
Hinikayat ng Amerika ang China na panatilihin ang status quo.
Foreign military aircraft. This is Chinese Navy. You are approaching our military alert zone. Please immediately.
Kanilang gamitin yung pwersa nila dahil alam natin malakas sila.
Pwede nga lang talagang galit. Hindi nga talaga galit ang abutin kasi hindi talaga wala tayong magawa sa kanila eh.
Go, go!
Nandito pa rin kami at patuloy kami nagbabantay dito sa mga teritoryo natin sa West Philippine Sea. We may be losing some of the battles but we're not losing the war.
As a college student, what can you say about the political issue about the China issues on West Philippine Sea?
The Chinese draw a line which they call the 9-dash line.
So why 9-dash line?
It's because it has no coordinates. So they are just guessing. It's like drawing a line in a territory and saying that it is yours. The problem with the 9-dash line is that it is extended for about 800 nautical miles away from the biggest island of China, which already exceeded to the 200 nautical miles. Another problem is that it is intruding legitimate rights, which according to UNCLOS is ours. In fact, about 80% of our exclusive economic zone in Vietnam and Malaysia is covered by this China's 9-dash line. I think it was like Dekada 80 wherein the Chinese started to occupy the Spratly Islands. But in about the year 2015, they already occupied the Mischief Reef and started to move more closer. I think they are just doing it to make the 9-dash line possible, but it's still against the United Nations law.
As a professional, what can you say about the issues on China issue on West Philippine Sea?
That is the big problem when it comes to the Philippine side. Because our country cannot impose its sovereign rights in the West Philippine Sea. Because China is rich and strong militarily. The Philippines can only claim its rights when the other countries' claimants of that particular area coordinates itself to impose also its rights. Because China, their only reason is historical basis even there is a decision at the International Tribunal that Philippines has a sovereign rights or its exclusive economic zone, cannot do otherwise but only to protest the action taken by China. So, in other words, the Philippine government is very, very helpless when it comes to the issues in the West Philippine Sea.
So the whole point of this issue is that you claim resources of the sea based on the land. You don't just say all the sea belongs to us without measuring the distance. So that's the important thing. The difference between UNCLOS and China's U-shaped line is that China's U-shaped line claim is not based on the distance from the land. It is based on the idea that this is historically China's without providing any kind of legal basis for that. If you look at the UNCLOS and you look at the U-shaped line, the U-shaped line is completely incompatible with UNCLOS, in the sense that if they are trying to claim all the sea inside that line is Chinese territory, then that's completely incompatible with UNCLOS. The dispute of the heart of this court case is that the Philippines is saying UNCLOS, law of the sea, and China is saying no, we need to recognize our historic rights, and I would say that those historic rights are a collective hallucinations.